So if you're looking to start an e-commerce business in Nigeria and you're wondering if it's the right thing to do, if it's the right choice for you to make, then you are in luck, because in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 pros and 3 cons of starting an e-commerce business in Nigeria in 2026. And if you don't know me before, my name is Joshua Oduwaye, and I've been in the e-commerce business since 2020, and we've been scaling the business from a 7-figure business to 9-figure in 2026. And without further ado, let's dive into what we have for today. So I'm going to start with the pros first, then I go ahead to share the cons, then you make the decision at the end of this video. So number one pro tip is that this business is basically for those people who have the intention of building a proper business. And what I mean by this is, if you have the intention that you want a proper business, that you can hire people that work for you and make money for the business, then this is the kind of business model you should go into, because it allows you to be able to set up a structure in a way that you can be the head and there can be other subordinates around you that do other parts of the job to keep the business running and keep it afloat. So this is kind of business that you can start now and scale later to become something big and profitable that you can even set up in different countries, different branches nationwide, or even around Africa. So if you are looking for a business that you can set up and expand it to that level, then this is the kind of business you should be going for. So number 2 pro tip is that the e-commerce business allows you to sell as many products as possible. So, unlike other forms of business where when you're starting up, you always set up for just one, you only set up for maybe one product or one niche or one target audience. For the e-commerce business, you can basically sell different products in your store. So if you want, you can test and sell in the beauty market. If you also decide that, you're tired of selling to the beauty market, you can go ahead and move to, fitness market and sell to them. If you're also tired of selling there, you can move again from there to, luxury markets, whatever form of markets, whichever market you decide to play in, it is always open for you to play in. So you can just set up your adverts, look for a good product that the market wants and sell to them. So that's number 2 pro tip you should take note of. So if you are someone who likes to sell different things, you like to, play here, play there, this is a good business for you. But there's a caveat. As you continue to progress, as you continue to build the business, it continues to expand, you will need to niche down, because that's where growth comes in. Growth comes when you begin to focus on one particular niche and you understand that niche very well, such that you can play it on a skill level. But for starting, you can go ahead and play with different products, sell as many products as possible, and you'll still make money out of it. So number 3 pro tip is that the Nigerian audience, the Nigerian market, is a large market that you can serve, and it's a market that continues to grow day by day. So if you know anything about the Nigerian audience, the Nigerian population size, you know that at the moment there are over 200 million Nigerians everywhere, and I can bet you we have more than 50 million of those Nigerians on the internet, active users. I mean the ones that are very active on the internet. And if you have that population continue to grow on a daily basis, think about the opportunity it brings for you. Because as the population continues to rise, it means there are going to be more problems that are going to be coming in. And since there are more problems, it means you have the opportunity to look for more solutions to those problems and put those products in their faces, sell to them, and get paid for it. So if you're the kind of person that sees Africa as a place where you can sell and you see it as an opportunity for you to sell to the growing population, then this is your opportunity. So let's get into the con tips. So one of the cons of starting an e-commerce business in Nigeria in 2026 is that you are going to experience some of this. And that is just the truth, unlike before where, it was relatively easier to run the business. Now you're going to discover some off days. There are going to be days where you generate tons of orders and you send the deliveries, you send the orders out and the deliveries will slow down and you might not even get anyone delivered, or you might just get about 2 delivered, and you feel so drained, so tired because you've spent money, you had spent effort calling all these customers, and at the end of the day, these customers don't end up buying or they don't end up picking their products. All of this is going to happen just like every other business. It's not rosy. There are good days, but then be ready for the bad days. And secondly, if you want to go into the e-commerce business, I need you to know that there are going to be days when the systems are going to fail you. And talking about your Facebook ads, that's the platform you use for running adverts. And sometimes it could also be the platform where you are hosting your website. And sometimes it can also be the platform that you use in designing your forms, maybe your WP forms, Elementor forms, all of those forms. There are going to be days when they will disappoint you. And funny thing is, they disappoint you, they don't send you a memo, nothing. It just happens. Facebook can just ban your accounts. It doesn't send you anything. There's no info until you just get the ban. And sometimes you sit down, you'll be expecting that orders are coming in, but no order, 1 hour, 2 hours, and you go to check your dashboard at the back end and you discover that your ad has been banned. So there are going to be days where your systems will also fail you. So if you are looking for a business that doesn't have systems failure, and when I mean systems failure, I'm not saying that this happens like every day. You need to get proper training, proper learning to be able to understand how to navigate this and beat this. But for the time being, when you're starting, you are bound to experience this kind of things. Number 3 concept is that competition is wild in the e-commerce business. And this is what I mean. In e-commerce business, I know like every other business, you experience competition, but in e-commerce business, you are bound to get people that are called copycats. You know how it is in school when you are good at something and you write down A, every A you write down, people will want to copy it and write it down. It's the same thing in the e-commerce industry. The moment you find a product that is working well for you, very fine, be ready to get at least 10 people that are ready to copy you. So you have to be grounded in knowledge. You have to be grounded in what to do when all of this happens. But if you know that you are looking for a business where you are not going to get competition, you are going to be the only one flying and flying high, sorry, it's not the e-commerce business. So at the end of the day, you now have the 3 pros and 3 cons, and the decision is up to you to make on whether you should start an e-commerce business in Nigeria in 2026 or not. But here is my own advice. If you want to start an e-commerce business in Nigeria in 2026, I would suggest you go ahead and start, but on these 3 conditions. And number 1 condition is that you must make sure that you get proper knowledge, proper training on the e-commerce business. Do not just take scattered information all around the internet and decide that you want to run and start up an e-commerce business, because the truth is you definitely get your hands burnt. And the second thing is you need to get into a good circle, get into the right clique of like-minded people. And I would suggest that where you hear of e-commerce conferences in Nigeria, try to make yourself available, try to attend the ones close to you, and sometimes it might just be the online training, the online groups. You can join those groups. You can follow people who popular people who do e-commerce. Follow them. You are going to be hearing or seeing them post about this information about the e-commerce business, what they've made, how it's been going for them. Now, the truth is, why you need all of this is not because you want to be, chasing people all around. It's because it's going to help you build and gain momentum on your weekdays. There are going to be off days, like I said. So on those days, you need those kind of inspiration to push you. And then, so the third condition is that you are someone that implements very fast. And when I mean very fast, I mean really fast. So if you get a new tip and new information today about something you could do that could change your business, you want to go ahead and start implementing that in your business. Now, the reason why you want to be this kind of person is because there are some of this information that will not work for you. It's not because they are wrong information, but basically some of them would not just work for your own business, depending on the niche you decide to play in, depending on the area, your location, depending on the kind of team you are building, whatever condition, they might just be something that will make it not work. And sometimes you need to know this beforehand. It's good you test it, try it, know what works, and pick it and run with it, and know what doesn't work and drop it immediately. Drop it like it's some hot buns and just throw it away and run. That's basically how you should go if you want to go ahead and start the e-commerce business in Nigeria. So I hope you've been able to make a decision on whether you should start an e-commerce business by watching this video. So if you'd like me to share with you other mistakes I made and other information that's going to help your e-commerce business to grow in 2026, then I think you should click the subscribe button below this video and turn on the notification bells so that you don't miss the next video I'm going to be dropping. And until I see you next time, peace.